Grim Dawn is honestly a really good game, but sadly a lot of people don't even know about it. Not as good as Last Epoch, but still really good.
Dawn is an apocalyptic fantasy ARPG that initially released back in 2016. This game has had 3 major DLC releases since launch, with its 4th
That's a lot.
new expansion recently announced for 2024. This year I've covered quite a few ARPGs. I've revisited Last Epoch, Wolcen and Diablo 4,
Okay, let's just get this out of the way real quick. Volson is horrible, and no one should ever play that garbage.
as well as just becoming more of an ARPG fan in general. The last time I covered Grim Dawn was back in 2016, so I decided now would be a good time to revisit the game and see how it compares to newer ARPG releases, especially with the new expansion on the horizon. But first, today's sponsor, Zenless Zone Zero, Hoyoverse's latest masterpiece, now gearing up for its second beta test following.
Oh, it's gacha things. Well, probably don't need to hear about gacha, honestly, considering you're probably already playing it if you want to be a degenerate.
Years since I've checked in on this game. I last played it in early access, but since then the game's released multiple expansions and gone through a lot of changes, so as I've checked out a lot of other ARPGs this year, I figured it was a good time to check out Grim Dawn, especially as they've recently announced a brand new expansion on the horizon.
Look at this, the graphics don't seem that bad. You know, it's a little bit like sussy, but it doesn't seem old. It seems very well, it is intentional, but it seems very intentional, right? And it looks stylized. It kind of looks good, but it kind of looks slightly bad at the same time. Does anyone else get that feeling when they look at this game?
Horizon. Here's my character from all those years ago. Surprisingly, it hasn't been deleted or reset. For this video, let's just make a new character. 2 options, male or female. Let's call my character Compost, because I'm going to be putting my enemies in the dirt. There he is, a ragged, wayward traveller. Before we jump into it, I've got a few options on the side here. I've got main campaign, custom game, or crucible. Apparently this is like DLC content that I've just purchased, available from level 1. Here I have
Interesting. That's kind of cool.
the options single player, join multiplayer, or host multiplayer. Then you've got the difficulty levels here, normal, veteran, elite, or ultimate. I haven't unlocked these 2 though.
Okay.
Let's just jump into it. Comic book styled intro cutscene, and we're in the game. Responsive movement, the UI has a nice style and theme about it. Voice acted characters. Straight away I can look at the mini-map, and the star indicates where I need to go. Go talk to John. It's a lot of dialogue, I ain't reading all that. I'm happy for you. Oh, sorry it happened. Attack some zombies.
What are we feeling about this game's look, by the way? It seems a little bit sus, but again, it doesn't seem that bad. It seems like okay-ish sus, you know? Man, it's really hard to get a feel for the look of this game. Like, the trees look horrible, but at the same time, completely forgivable. Oh, you can't actually see the trees fully. You see what I mean? You see what I mean? Yeah, kind of a little bit sus, but kind of good at the same time, you know?
I like how blood splatters out from the enemies when you kill them. Let's zoom in a bit for immersion. Taking quite a bit of damage and dealing very little damage for level 1. Perhaps this is veteran difficulty coming into effect. Where does the game actually...
The attacks are fluent, that's nice.
You want me to go? There's no indication on the mini-map. It just says under Burial Hill. Oh, Burial Hill's over here. Like, fucking, it's in Africa. Okay. So I guess I've just got to make my way over there. If that's the case, I kind of like that you just got to fight your way through it and just get on with it, basically. You don't have to do like tons of busy work quests. I haven't reached the point where the game's asked me to choose a class or anything of that sort yet. Let's get some levels in me so I can do that. Level 2. Oh, here we go. I guess this is where you choose your class.
Okay, well, we have Soldier. Sounds lame. Demolitionist. Okay, Occultist, Nightblade, Arcanist, Shaman, Inquisitor, Necromancer. Ooh, that's my type of game suddenly. Nice.
So there's currently 9 different classes: Soldier, Demolitionist, Occultist, Nightblade, Arcanist, Shaman, Inquisitor, Necromancer.
Inquisitor and Occultist, by the way, there's a lot of inspiration from Warhammer, and it's kind of clearly visible, right?
And Oathkeeper. You've got Devotion, and this is like another progression tree. So the last time I played this game, I was a Shaman. This time I want to be an Arcanist. We'll go with the Arcane Missile.
Yes, the good way of actually doing skill progression, because this is what Last Epoch has. And this is the best way, okay? In some games, like for example Diablo 4, man, when you level up you don't even care. But when you have something like this, bruh, you're caring to leveling up, okay? Because every level up feels special. It just warms your heart.
Let's put this on my hotbar as my right click. That'll do the job. Okay, arcane missile seems good. You shoot it and the projectile bounces a bit. Level 3.
Cool.
So we've got an elite mob spawn already. Give it a zap. Bunch of loot explodes with yellows and a green. Oh, I've actually got some points to spend here. Yeah, I'm going to be a mage, so I guess spirit. I kind of like that there's only 3 attribute stats. Nice and simple. This item's dropped, and I think I can apply it to a weapon. Let's apply it to the mace. It just gives an additional effect. So I've just equipped these 2 things. Apparently I've got 2 new abilities. Poison Bomb and Fire Blast. Back to Devil's Crossing, talk to the captain, killed a reanimator, bunch of XP, reputation, and now I've got multiple quests pop up. The game's given me all of these quests, but the UI doesn't seem to help me in identifying where I actually need to go to do the quests. So I've got like tons of tasks to do here in Devil's Crossing, but the minimap isn't helping whatsoever with that. There's supposed to be a water pump I need to help with. I mean, I would if it was displayed on the minimap. 6 quests on the go and the game's just started. Why do games feel the need to do this? Just gangbang you with quests. Just ram your quest log. Fill it up, lads. Okay, so just do map completion.
I mean, there are right ways to actually do this also. If you're just gonna go and automatically complete those quests, that's fine. Because, well, he's not reading any of this, right?
And I'm sure I'll come across the things that I need to do for the quest. I think I'm overthinking things. Just go forward, kill mobs, don't worry about the quest so much. If a quest pops up and it's convenient, then I'll do it. Oh wait, what? You can move the camera around?
Oh, that's nice.
I just noticed this. Yo, I never knew that about Grim Dawn. I've always thought that this game was fixed position. Pretty huge revelation. The in-game music's pretty cool, I have to say. Like, it really sets a nice dark vibe for the game, like really menacing. My damage is already more than doubled since I learned this ability. Yes, like tripled.
That's good,
and we're already like one-shotting things. So this, I'm starting to feel the sense of progression start to become satisfying. Yes, I only have one ability, but I'm having fun with that one ability. I'm just popping mobs now. We're just gonna go ultimate glass cannon.
That's good. You know, that is probably one of the best ways to do things, honestly, in my opinion. Because if you're just overflowing a player with new abilities, new things, and blah, 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 that's probably because those abilities are not that interesting, okay? But if you can just give them one ability for the first 5 levels and they're like, this was super fun, that's good. That's way better than, well, anything, honestly, probably.
Build, that's the play. I'm doing so much more damage now. Every level up and every point that you spend, you really feel the upgrade, which I really like about this game, and it's something that I really loved about Last Epoch as well. Desecrated Shrine.
Admittedly, I don't like one thing about systems like this. If you're doubling your damage, you're soon going to get to the point where you're dealing millions of damage and then you're doing billions of damage. And when you're doing so much damage, it kind of gets super boring, honestly. You know? It just doesn't feel good. Oh, you critted for 1.8 billion. What are the other numbers? I don't care. I don't even know, honestly. It's just bad, though. It's just a bad system. I think every game should try to have their numbers like in the thousands or maybe 10,000s if we're talking about this. Or not just display actual damage numbers. That would also help. Because, man, when you every time I see, oh, you critted for 1.2 mil, yeah, that's crazy. That's so crazy. I'm so excited. I just can't hide it.
Corrupted needs to be cleansed. Yes. So these shrines are what give me the devotion points. Shrine cleansed. Pops out a bunch of loot, another devotion point. Spend it. Points available 1. 2 18% damage bonuses. Why not?
Wow, that's pretty good.
Yeah, that's opened up like multiple pathways. Yeah, like I'm sure I'd want to take both of these at some point anyway. Oh, okay. Summoned a bunch of mobs. Oh, level 15. Level 12. Bit of kiting required here.
He's level 9.
This smite. It seems like I can indeed kill it. Is it going to reset? Shoot it in the ass. Wait. Yeah, just fucking kite him.
Yep, that's me. You're probably wondering how I ended up in this situation.
I pressed spacebar to try and dodge the ability, but I've paused the game. And I feel like when I unpause the game, I'm going to be dead.
He's fine.
Oh,
Yep.
Almost.
Actually, that was super... Oh, now he's actually...
Oh, we got him. That's a lot of loot.
He just... Dude. He just... That's insane.
Level 15 mob, and I'm not even level 10 yet.
Like the corpse dust, by the way.
Brine cleared. That's a lot of greens. My loot in this game is pretty fun.
The fact that that's so many greens, by the way, makes me kind of think the game's bad, honestly, you know? I don't want... You know what I want? I want a game that doesn't even have loot drop. I want a game where it's just crafting to begin with. That's what I want. Okay? I don't want to look at an item and be like, oh, this item does this. Better put in my stash. No, I'm tired of that. I want a game that's from start to finish like, okay, this is just crafting. That is what I want at this point. Okay? I want something more simple and not requiring to read 15 novels of how to craft things in Path of Exile. I want something good. I want something a little bit less complicated than that, but similar to it. And I don't want any item drops. I just want, I don't know, supplies or something like that. I'm just too tired of this. Look at this. Is he selling any of it? Probably not. He's putting in his chest, and then he's gonna forget about what he put into the chest. It's stupid.
I'm gonna have to apply a loot filter soon. Oh, this is a blue item. I actually haven't seen any blue items drop yet. Usually blue is pretty low down and green is like super rare, but in this game it doesn't seem to be the case. I need to like research what the rarities mean. Yeah, blue is epic in this game. So yellow is magic, green is rare, blue is epic. Got it. Put this in my weapon. The building system in this game is just...
But isn't there still some kind of, you know, set bonuses that the green has anyway? Because I think that was the thing.
Really interesting. I'm spending time going through my inventory, sorting through my gear, and building my character, but it's not frustrating. I'm kind of doing it and enjoying it, because I feel like I've got a lot of control over making the build that I want so far. I don't know if that's going to continue, but so far so good. I'm so much more strong now I've sorted out my equipment a bit more. I can actually tank a bit of damage. Level 11. My mana regen is so much better now. I can really spam my ability. You can tell that I'm not following a build. I've got points all over the place. So apparently if I go talk to this NPC, I can refund some points. Yes, brilliant. So I'm just going to really double down on the replicating missile.
It doesn't actually even show on the mini-map that this is like an important NPC. Man, why not just add quality of life shit? You know why The Last Epoch is so good? Because it actually shows you everything, okay? It shows you every NPC that can actually be, you know, useful.
For now whilst I'm leveling up. It's my most powerful ability, so why not? Let's see how much damage my single ability does right now. Oh, we're hitting like 400s now. Deleting these mobs. Energy for days as well. I like that it's really easy to respec in this game as well. Just make my one ability super OP. I always like to do that in ARPGs. Just have like one ability build, but just make that one ability giga OP. Why is that fun? I think it's fun because I have the choice of doing it. If I was kind of forced into doing that, it wouldn't be fun. Okay, another quest target over here. Nuke him down very quickly. My health regen is more than the damage.
Wait, he's Negan the Wittered? Yeah, the Wittered. And he has a spiked club. Yep, that's a reference.
Never mind, no it's not. Getting a bit cocky now, am I? This game seems to be...
Wait, he even look... Yeah, that's definitely a reference.
Like one massive open...
To The Walking Dead. By the way, there's the new show, the Daryl Dixon show. I watched one episode, okay? I want to puke. The Walking Dead series is just so bad it is insane, okay? Man, dude, the Daryl Dixon show, it's like, the guy literally just teleports. No longer, not only the zombies teleport in that stupid series, but it's everything teleports. Everything teleports. Bruh, Open field, suddenly he's teleporting and hitting someone from behind. Yes, okay, well, they're all in a circle. Mamma mia. That's a spicy meatball. And then, by the way, in France. In France! Do you want to be in France in the zombie apocalypse? You don't want to be in France and not the zombie apocalypse, because there's always a zombie apocalypse going on there. But now it's a zombie apocalypse in France for real. That place is stupid.
Open world, from what I can tell. I'm just going from zone to zone with no loading screens. And as I uncover the map just stays permanently uncovered. It feels good to just like play through the levels. I was complaining about the quests a bit earlier, but it's actually not that bad. You take them, they're not a big deal, and you'll naturally just come across every quest objective whilst you're uncovering the map, it seems. So nothing to really stress about. At this point my inventory was getting rammed from all the drops, so I decided to finally apply a loot filter. I got dropped a helmet which gave me a self-buff ability, and a mace which increased my main ability by +2 points. Combined with the progression from the devotion tree, I was now hitting like an absolute truck. After getting all these upgrades, I got a bit cocky and had my first death. In Grim Dawn, when you die you lose some experience, but you can go back and retrieve it like in the Souls games. Cracking on with more quests, I dinged level 20, got an extra bag slot to help me handle the bombardment of loot drops, then got to the first real big boss fight of the game, Warden Krieg. That's going okay. So this seems to be like the first big boss that we've come across, Warden Krieg. Big damage, finish him off, got him. Is there going to be a phase 2? Oh no.
Doesn't seem like that complicated.
Now he's got 80,000 health. Yeah, good. Dodge the melee. Dodge that bloody melee, Craig. Dodge that. Hoi! No!
He can't get out?
The positioning of an absolute donkey. Oh, I ran into a corner. Bro. He was almost dead. Oh, I've only got 3 potions left. Let's see. Has his health fully reset? Maybe the game will just allow me to go up there and finish him off. Realistically, it's probably fully reset, hasn't it? No, it hasn't. Oh, okay.
Wow.
It's quite forgiving. His mechanics are actually very simple. I don't even know how I died to him. Oh no, it's not where I want to be. Craig, finish him, and he's dead. GG. Bunch of loot. That's the first big boss down. Back to camp. We've repaired a bridge. New area unlocked. The Arcovian foothills. Nice change of aesthetic, a little bit more bright in this area. Level 24. Keep increasing that elemental damage and that crit damage. Head back to town for a bit because I think I've got some quests to hand in as well as some items.
So yeah, he's gonna just use one ability until the end of the game. That seems kind of okay if he's having fun. That speaks good things about the game, honestly.
I can craft.
But the fact that we have a bot that is 1 through 8 completely empty and he just has a healing potion and a mana potion, that's a little bit like disappointing slightly, huh?
I think I've sent a blacksmith back to town. So hopefully I can finally craft some gear. Excellent, we've finally got ourselves a blacksmith. So I guess now I can craft gear. Empowered relics. Wait, I actually don't have any relics. So I've been kind of gimped for a while. Elemental damage, spirit, move speed. Oh, that sounds good. Do we have enough things? Oh, we're missing something. Tainted brain matter. Where do I get that from? That's a shame. So I've got everything else I need to craft it. I'm just missing this. I can also craft components to slot it into my gear. Okay, so the crafting...
By the way, one of the cool thing about Grim Dawn is the fact that you can get stuff like this and you need to go to specific zones to actually find that stuff when you want to craft it. So that kind of keeps the game, you know, a little bit fresher, I should probably say. But, you know, it's pretty good.
The crafting system in this game seems quite interesting. Looks like we got a quest to hand in here. GG. Level 26. Oh, I have 2 choices here. So I could lie and keep this talisman, or I could give it over. I've already noticed that there's quite a lot of choice when it comes to the questing. Yeah, I'm gonna give it over. Good reputation. But now I can also equip this new sword. Level 25, massive upgrade.
Double.
So now I'm a great sword wielding mage, wearing plate armor. I love this game, it's so cool. The way you build your character and the way your build's constantly changing throughout the game, it's so fun. I'm hitting for like 2k now pretty consistently. This 200 sword was a massive upgrade. Got a little boss waiting for me in this pit. Let's see how quickly we can kill him. Calm down.
How
Fuck me,
fast
we go
can you
again.
kill
All
him?
of
Yeah,
these
that's a
damage
good
upgrades
question.
And I'm still getting clapped. Bro, stop running. What can I do? This is the hardest
You're
monster
bleeding!
I've fought so far in the game. What the hell is that? Wow, it just... Yeah, body throwing is the way. Let's go again. Actually, maybe it's not, because his health was just regenning just as much as mine. It's not even a special story boss, it's just a random boss in the world. Here's what we do, we get to like level 50 and we come back for him.
Nice.
Accept the L. Let's make a transmog, shall we? Let's go with a chunky plate set. Oh, those are some big shoulder pads. I love that this game has big chunky shoulder pads. Sword. Change it to a scythe if I want to.
Ooh, that's
Apply
cool.
illusion. Nice. Looking at me, you wouldn't
Illusion.
believe I'm a mage, but I am. Right, so this here should be an absolutely massive upgrade because I can get 30% to all damage. 30% to all damage,
Wow.
that is so powerful, it's almost hard to believe. Is it really going to increase my damage by 30%? There's no way. The talent tree in this game is so interesting and so fun. Like, there's so many choices that I want to explore. I can't imagine how fun it is to be like level 100 and just play around with different builds. Because the choices you get just seem so impactful. So now I'm critting for 3.5k. Yeah, my damage has definitely gone up. The big level 30 coming in hot. Ding, ding, ding. What's the bag situation looking like? Rough. Anything good?
Wow.
No. I still have none of these things. Where the f do you find these relics from? There has to be a way of getting them. I'm gonna Google it. Dismantling epic plus loot. Let's buy back
Ooh.
my epic gear that I've just sold. Then dismantle it. So dismantling costs stuff. Ancient heart. Okay, that's used to make like a relic thing. Another one. Oh my god, I can actually make something. I can make a relic.
1 to 8 lightning damage, 5% chance of 80% lightning damage, spirit and offensive abilities. Okay. Grant skills, lightning stun, that seems pretty interesting. Summons a storm of clouds over the top. Yeah, that's what we imagine a lightning storm actually does. I don't know why they need to explain what a lightning storm does, but hey, it is what it is, boys. It is what it is. Okay, well, so far the systems are kind of good. But admittedly, I also would say we probably have felt all the game already. Grim Dawn in 2023, it's like, it feels kind of over.
Spirit, offensive ability, 5% chance of 80% lightning damage.
I wonder, do you need to actually buy all the expansions to play it properly? Because, you know, every expansion unlocks some kind of new progression system. Or is that not a thing? Because I'm assuming instantaneously that that is definitely 100% a thing. But, you know, maybe it's not.
Damage, yeah, seems good.
Whoa. 55 energy cost, 3-second skill recharge, 6-second duration. And it, wow, that deals a lot of damage.
Good. Not my first choice, but yay, we have a relic. Now I'm fully equipped.
Giga Chad relic.
Bags are clean, gear is resorted, points are spent. It's almost 3 AM, I was supposed to go to bed. I was actually supposed to stop recording this video at like level 30, but I just want to keep playing. Can't
You are level 30.
help it. Okay, 1, 2, and now I can finally start putting...
More advanced technique to play missile, blah blah blah. Energy cost 2 fragments. Ooh, he's gonna get even more splits. Interesting.
putting points in this proliferation. So if I put 1 point in here, that's going to give me 900 energy because I've got a sword that is +2 to all skills in Arcanist. So if the next time I level up I just put 1 point in each passive, then I'm essentially getting
Well, yeah, that's kind of the point, I guess.
9 points.
You know why Last Epoch does better than this? Because you have this passive tree that you put in passives, and then every couple of these points, for example, every 5 points you spend, you unlock a new skill that you can use. That is a better system. Otherwise, you're just, instead of leveling the passives, you're actually just leveling the main skill up, which kind of seems redundant, because guess what? It is redundant. In Last Epoch, you got another tree where you can actually level up your skills that you have, which is absolutely great. So the passives are not tied to the actives. but the passives increase the actives.
I love the gear in this game. I love the way that you can build your character in this game. It's so fun. The fact that I've just thought of that is just like super satisfying. And the best part is that I've been able to enjoy all of this without having to touch guides. I've just been able to clear all of the content.
I mean, that's a big thing for the last for Peon. That's true. I don't touch guides. I mean, most games are not that complex that you need guides.
And so far, no issues. I feel pretty overpowered.
One-shotted.
Spoke a little bit too soon there. But yeah, I've been feeling pretty overpowered just going with my own YOLO build. And that's the sign of a good ARPG in my opinion. It's getting late. I need to get to bed. I don't want to stop playing though. I'm having an absolute blast. Still got 69 levels of fun.
Doesn't actually seem that complicated though, right? You know, this is not probably the most complicated game in the universe by default.
Until I hit max level. Fucking hell. What an absolute treat. The next day I got out of bed, didn't shower, didn't get dressed, went straight to my computer and just started grinding out some levels on Grim Dawn off camera. This game put me in a pure...
Dude, what do you mean also you're gonna go and take a shower when you wake up? People who take showers when they wake up are monsters, okay? Yeah, they're skinwalkers or something like that, most likely. The master race is obviously take a shower before bed. Obviously. Okay? Like, why would you want to go into bed dirty? If you're gonna take a shower and, when you wake up, that means you went to bed dirty. That's stupid.
Grind trance, and it was hard to pull myself away from the computer. Continuing from where I left off, I worked my way through the steps of Torment Dungeon, and eventually got to the main boss, Grand Priest Zart Bulzian. This boss was level 37 and absolutely fucked me up, despite me leaving portals outside of the boss room and trying to body throw to get him down. The most difficult thing about this boss was the actual boss room itself. There was nowhere to move, and to get to him you have to cross a narrow walkway whilst your character is getting stuck on the environment. This for me was the worst designed part of the game I'd got to this point. I tried rotating the camera, but the boss room here was so small, awkward and a visual clusterfuck that I decided I'd just come back later after some upgrades. I continued progressing and fully uncovered the map with every zone I came across, starting at the Broken Hills, clearing all the way through to Pine Barrens, Dead Man's Gulch, and eventually a new main hub area at Homestead. I ventured south and came across an avalanche that would cost 3 dynamite to clear at Prospector's Trail. This opened up another massive new area for me to explore, full of devotion shrines, dungeons and loot upgrades. Okay. At this point I was level 37 and I decided it was finally time to take a shower, get dressed and turn the camera back on. Summon Revenant. Oh, this looks like a really good necromancer. Offhand. I kind of want to replay this game as a necromancer as well, like seeing some of the really cool necro items that have dropped whilst I've been playing this game. I think necro could be insanely fun. I bet the game just lets you do ridiculous things as a necro, summon so many mobs. I can't even imagine. Level 38. So in this cave was the most impossible, bullshit, difficult boss I've fought in the entire game, and I need to go back for revenge now that I'm a bit stronger. This boss absolutely farmed.
It's the same boss he's talked about previously, but don't bosses scale with your level, though? I have a feeling I remember something about that. Did bosses scale with level?
Earlier. Surely I'm powerful enough to beat him this time. Can we do it? I'm taking a lot less damage than last time. Yes. This boss absolutely farmed me earlier, so the fact that I've just nuked it down that quickly is a testament to how much power I've gained in the past 3 hours. Feels good. At this point, there's only one more mob that I want to get my revenge on. Second attempt at revenge. The bloody boss that was just sprinting at me yesterday. Oh, there's two of them now? And their abilities are different today.
That's interesting.
What? The world changes as you play through the game or something? There was only one of them yesterday, and now there's 2. And the mechanics are different. That's wild. Big damage. We just fucking tank it. Ooh, no we won't. Here's me thinking, yeah, I've gained so much power and DPS, literally tripled my DPS since yesterday. I'm gonna go back for revenge. Nah, the game ain't having none of it.
That's interesting.
Let's try and kite this time. Yeah, not really. Still borderline unkiteable. I'm gonna kill that boss. I can't end the video until I kill that boss. He just farmed me too much yesterday, and I need some revenge. Body throwing doesn't even...
I mean, it makes sense, but, you know, at the same time, like, really? So that's interesting. I have never heard anything about, like, anything like that in Grim Dawn.
work that well in this game, because every time a boss kills you, they get like 30% of their health back upon your death. So if you're going to body throw, you need to do more than 30% of their health. Get this one first. He's almost down. Keep kiting. Heal. Big damage. Okay, there's one.
He got one.
Revenge is a dish best served cold.
And then the other one just left. Okay.
Right, this guy's
Makes
probably
sense.
easy. Champion of the pit. There's about to be a new champion. It's me. I love this game. GG. Oh, he's
He
life
healed.
stealing. Never mind about the calling an early GG there.
Miss. Oh no. Oh no, the most painful death possible when you think you're gonna win but you don't. Oh no. Nice.
What am I doing? He was on 3k health. I've never had a
That's
boss
fine.
embarrass me so hard in my life. Come on.
Yet.
Oh, thank God for that.
Okay,
We
he did
finally
stuff.
have closure. And with that, I think I'm finally happy to wrap up this video.
Are ya?
Yeah, I thought the video would end here, but the next few days I just kept playing. I checked out a DLC game mode called Crucible, which is basically some wave defense mode that you can do as a nice change of pace from the standard leveling. I continued with the MSQ fighting a giant Spider Queen boss and eventually the main boss of the original MSQ. This put me through an epic cutscene, gifted me my first legendary weapon, and from there I was basically ready to start the DLC. Before ending this video for real though, I wanted to craft a transcendent relic, which required me to do a bit of farming, reputation stuff and recipe unlocks. Along the way I got a god tier rare medal drop that was perfect for my one button build. This took the DPS on my replicating missile from 18k all the way to 23k.
Oh wow.
I tested my damage on the MSQ final boss again and absolutely melted it. At this point I was basically one-shotting everything. Then at level 51 I was able to finally craft my transcendent relic after even more upgrades, which took my
Haunt. Ageless spirit eager to escape into the world of the living. Some kind of damage skills. Grand skill haunt. Invoke and summon tortured spirit that will haunt your enemies and chill their blood. 56 energy cost, 8 seconds duration, 5 meter radius, a lot of cold damage, a lot of ether damage. Chance for target to fumble attacks for 1 second. A chance of impairing aim for target for 1 second. Interesting.
my DPS from 28k to 31k and gave me a new ability. I was feeling powerful, I had a cool
Do
transmog,
it.
and life was going good. So I'm recording
what
this a few
happened?
days later, and it turns out that Grim Dawn was one of those games that I just couldn't stop playing after I stopped recording. Right now I'm level 51, and as you can see, I ridiculously doubled down on the replicating missile build that I was using from the start
Well, he has some passives now also, which is good, I guess.
of the game. Right now, apparently, I've got 32,000 DPS with this ability. I haven't tested it out yet, because I've just had a massive ability with this this haunt relic.
Can we see the haunt? Because I kind of think everyone wants to see the haunt at this point, you know? Just saying. Probably a good idea.
A bunch of other stuff. I think I beat the final boss of the base game, and I'm now working through the DLC stuff. And I have to say, this is just my favorite ARPG, straight up. I have never had this much fun with an ARPG, and not once have I felt the need to go online and look for a build. How much damage we do? Yeah, everything just melts. We are so strong. I just feel like the gearing and build system in this game is so intuitive compared to other ARPGs. I love how the components work, how the upgrade system works. Everything just makes sense. I love the skill trees. I love how impactful every upgrade feels. And I haven't even selected a second class yet. I'm still like pure arcanist.
Oh yeah, right. You could actually select the second class here. I completely forgot about this.
From the start of the game, I could have gone with like dual class, but just didn't even feel the need. Then you've got this devotion tree, which is pretty interesting. Honestly, this is straight up my favorite ARPG. Absolutely love it, and I'm gonna
Okay.
beat all of the DLC, play this game in my spare time. Never expected to enjoy this game so much. Nothing more to be said, really. Let's go to the pros and cons for real this time. So after revisiting Grim Dawn in 2023, my thoughts are as follows. Pros. Grim Dawn for me is one of the most intuitive ARPGs I've ever played when it comes to creating your own build, crafting gear, and interface.
I mean, creating your own build in a game like this, where you have, okay, here's a skill, now max it up, boy. Yeah, that's, I guess that's intuitive, yeah? But doesn't that seem a little bit simplistic, you know? Doesn't that seem a little bit too much simplistic, honestly? I don't know, maybe that's just my opinion. Well, for each their own, so, you know, it's not right, it's not wrong.
Facing with the component system. Everything just made sense, and I love that I didn't feel the need to look up a guide online. Upgrades in Grim Dawn feel extremely impactful, from leveling up and spending your talent points to item drops. There's so many items and abilities that give you massive percentage power increases, which just makes you want to keep playing. The user interface is clean and easy to navigate. I love the semi-open world design in this game, as well as the map UI that allows you to see all of the connected areas you've been to. Simply looking at the map as a new player at the start of the game gets you excited for the journey ahead. The music and atmosphere in this game is top tier. The game has a perfectly designed transmog system, which is something I definitely wasn't expecting. I think the game's crafting and reputation system is well designed. Some factions have recipes that you'll want to unlock for nice upgrades later on, which adds an additional layer to the sense of progression. Unlike a lot of ARPGs, the game gives you full control over the camera. You're able to fully...
Is that really a pros that we want to list? Oh, you can move the camera. I guess it is a pro, but you know, it's like, does it matter really that much? Is it that spectacular? I don't know about that one.
Rotate it 360 degrees as well as zoom in and out. The audio-visual feedback from the combat feels amazing. With the specific build I'm playing, I love the satisfying feeling of exploding massive groups of enemies. The game has a lot of variety with its environments, and unlike most ARPGs, I didn't feel too much repetition when traversing the world. The game has a dual class system, which is also super unique, although I've been having so much fun with my one-button Arcanist build that I still haven't got to that part, even at level 53. Something I didn't touch on during this video, but the game has an active modding community that's generating more content for the game, making improvements and adding to the game's longevity. And Grim Dawn just has this old school charm about it.
Oh yeah, I actually do remember that part, that there is a modding community in Grim Dawn, which seems fascinating.
Not only from the gameplay and visuals, but in that it's a buy-to-play game that gives you a fully complete experience with no cash shop. Cons. Whilst I appreciate that Grim Dawn does have a loot filter, I wish there were more options in that loot filter, such as having the ability to filter out equipment by their attribute requirements, or to require that gear has more than one of my stat requirements before dropping. The loot filter also seems to be missing.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Some options, such as elemental damage, for example. Even with my current loot filter, I'm still spending about 20 minutes sorting through a lot of junk in my bag after a good gameplay session. It's not a big deal, but it's definitely an area of improvement. As much as it's definitely a pro that you can rotate the camera, I think there's some moments in the game where this leads to some awkward level design, where you're big...
So the camera is a plus and a con? That's funny.
The biggest challenge is figuring out which camera angle is best for the encounter. I really felt this during the boss fight with the Grand Priest. So far, compared to other ARPGs, I've found that the main story boss fights have been a bit lackluster. This could be due to my character being overpowered though, and graphically the game isn't the best.
Probably. I mean, he said that there are upgrades that literally boost your power by 50%, so... You know, you go for those upgrades and then you go do the bosses, they're probably going to be like super underwhelming in some situations, right?
Best in 2023 when compared to its competitors. Overall, Grim Dawn is one of the best ARPGs I've ever played. If I was to chart the fun I've had with this game to the time played, it would look something like this. The game starts off kinda slow, but very quickly becomes more and more interesting as you start making a build, getting introduced to various systems, start crafting
True, when you start to make a build, that gets really hot really fast.
Components and exploring the world. Before long, you're just addicted. I just absolutely love the overall design of this game, and as a fairly average ARPG enjoyer, not a beginner but not ultra hardcore, I loved that I was able to forge my own path and overcome the game's challenges without feeling the need to look up build guides online. It's a gritty, satisfying and highly intuitive ARPG with an old school vibe that I absolutely recommend playing, and I can't wait for the new expansion coming in 2024. But that's it for this video. As always, let me know your thoughts on Grim Dawn in the comments.
Well, that was the Lazy Peon. Pretty good video. No go away screen, huh? Anyway, yeah, the Lazy Peon. Anyway, this is Chris said. Thanks for watching. Subscribe if you haven't already, and have a nice day. Bye bye.